Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm Hitesh Chowdhury. I've worked as a lawyer and a consultant in the City of London for more than 10 years. I'm also a director of Invest in Education, an organisation which provides inspirational career experiences to young people at school and at university. My purpose today is to convince the so-called winners of my generation, that is, people who graduated before the global financial crisis of 2008 and now find themselves in senior positions across the world's most competitive and desirable industries, to reach out to, spend time with and coach the next generation of talent. I graduated in a time of relative excess. I started my first job as a trainee solicitor in 2006. In 2007, the Royal Bank of Scotland faithfully purchased ABN AMRO for 71 billion euros, 3 times the book value. The transaction ended up being a disaster, and it's widely cited as being symbolic, really, of the time of self-indulgence and vanity across the world of business. And my generation, the children of plenty, if you like, we frankly lapped it up. In a booming economy, there were plentiful graduate roles, comparatively. House prices were expensive, but with 100% mortgages and little due diligence on income, buying a house was much easier then than it is now. And of course, tuition fees were relatively nominal, so we didn't have anywhere like the amount of student debt to hold us back. Of course, we did all suffer when the financial crisis hit, but with some experience in the bank, some points on the board, if you like, we had something to build upon and move forward. But what of those with no points on the board? What of those who had no experience at that time? Suddenly, having 3 A's at A-level and a 2-1 from a Russell Group university was no longer a ticket to the good life. And since then, what have we seen? We've seen income stagnate, certainly at the junior level. We've seen tuition fees treble. Graduate roles have reduced in the most desirable industries. And apparently, robots are taking juniors' jobs anyway. And all the while, house prices have soared so high that frankly, for many who want to get onto the housing ladder, it's becoming a distant fantasy. If we are the children of plenty, then these are perhaps the children of austerity. And what do we do to help them? We give them an ambiguous label, millennials, to describe them as if they're some kind of other species. And of all things, the irony, of all things, we accuse them of being lazy and self-entitled. Well, the students I meet are not lazy and they're not self-entitled. We've had over 8,000 students walk through our doors over the past 5 years in Invest in Education from all walks of life. They are ambitious, they are hard-working, they are self-starters, they're creative, and they're street-smart. And if I were to say that there is something palpable about them which is far different to my generation, it is that overall they have this overriding sense of higher collective purpose. Perhaps if there is a silver lining to austerity, it's that it's taught people to value what is truly valuable. But if they have a sense of higher collective purpose, then where is ours? As children of plenty, we've had it ingrained in us to constantly look upwards. How do we get to that next rung on the ladder, to be MD or partner or director? And all the while we complain that the baby boomers had it better than us. We fiddle around while Rome burns. If the millennials are lacking something, it's surely empathy and compassion from those above them. What we need to do is give them our time. And in our experience, that is time giving them the following 4 things. First, knowledge. Time and time again, I mean talent or little substance. You cannot learn the hard skills of a profession on Wikipedia. Yeah. If you want to go into investment banking, work in M&A, tell me how you go about valuing a company. If you want to be a lawyer in the City of London, demonstrate to me your commercial awareness. If we do not share the fundamental principles of our profession with the next generation of talent, then we will not have people with the requisite skills. Second, linked to that, is experience. The last thing young people need is another self-indulgent career skill. What they need is actual experience of doing that job. That means giving them extracts of your work, redacting any confidential information, and asking them how they deal with those challenges. And that's critical for two reasons. One, we want people with some fundamental skills that are relevant to that profession before they start the job. And two, and this is constantly missed, we want people to really decide, is this the profession for them, before they invest so much time and money getting into it. If we do that, we'll have people who are more passionate when they actually start the job, and that's better for our economy. Knowledge, experience, advantage. One of the most common myths I find is when people say that you cannot prepare for the recruitment process. Just be yourself. Look, being yourself is not enough in any other test, so why would it be here? If you are somebody who is in a senior position in a competitive industry, you have gone through that rigorous recruitment process at one point, and you've come out at the other end. Share your secrets with others. Knowledge, experience, advantage, and network. Now, networking often comes with a pejorative connotation. You get these images of people walking around with cheesy grins and handing out business cards and making small talk. That's not the kind of networking I'm referring to. Too often, we get people saying to us that they don't want to apply to a specific organisation or a specific industry because they feel like they don't belong there. That is frankly unacceptable. We are losing some of our best people because they feel like they don't belong in what is perceived to be an elite. What we need to do is spend time with them so that they feel confident that today's winners are people just like them, only a bit older. Knowledge, experience, advantage, network. And we must give them all these things with an overriding sense of inspiration. Yes, be brutally honest about how difficult it can be in your profession. But please, leave them with that sense of overriding magic that you feel when you do what you do. Because in the tough times, and I would argue that it's toughest really at the beginning, when you're looking for your first break, what will get you through is the fact that even just one person made you feel like this is your life's purpose. Why? Why do we need to do all of this? I think one of the biggest tragedies in life is when people confuse duty with generosity. We shouldn't be giving these things to young people out of the goodness of our hearts. We should be doing it because we owe a debt to our country. Of course, I'm generalizing about the children of plenty and the children of austerity. Of course, there will be always some who are luckier than others in every decade. But put simply, if you are in a senior position in a desirable industry, you have benefited, no matter how hard you work, from a series of opportunities that other people have not had. And I would say it is incumbent upon you to pass that benefit onto those who don't have them. A lot is made these days of social mobility, and we often talk in financial terms. If we do not pass on our knowledge, our experience, advantage and network with an overriding sense of inspiration to others, then the next generation of winners will only come from those who are lucky enough to have had those things by birthright. So the next time that you get a LinkedIn request from Alicia at Keele University, who wants to have a coffee with you or a quick chat because she wants a job like yours, an engineer, an investment banker, a lawyer, a doctor, a civil servant, a sports person, an actor, think not about how generous a mood you're in. Think about what you might owe her. One day, she might do the same for your child. And my message to those aspiring to get into one of these roles is very simple. Go out there and ask. Whatever the criticisms are doing the rounds at the moment about millennials, the reality is that in 15, 20 years' time, people like you, people from your peer group, will be world leaders. You've got a chance to be part of that. And many people are starting to wake up to this from my generation, and they are giving up their time. But you need to go out and ask for it, whether that's on social media or my preference, good old-fashioned picking up the phone. Ask, and make this a part of your daily diet, and I promise you, you will see rewards in the long run. In the coming age of artificial intelligence, what we need to do in order to prevail is to be more human. So I call upon those from my generation to take one step backwards, hold the hand of the next generation, so we can all take 2 steps forwards together.